all have a place that we go to get powered up. Whether it's a friend, workout, journaling, writing a book, networking, or even praying. Whatever it is, it's the place that you need to get your peace, strength, confidence, courage, self-awareness, and self-love back. It's your power spot. Welcome to my power spot, Building the Best You podcast. The podcast where I speak about various things helping the woman who leads to plug in and power back up in her purpose so that she can be healed and successful in her business and her home, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and financially, to build the best person that she can be for God's glory. Let's win together. Hey, it's me, Dr. Sha'Meca Latai, and welcome to another episode of Building the Best You podcast, where I come and help the woman who lead and the woman who desire to lead to build her bridge, to build that place in her life where she is unstoppable, immovable, always abounding in the things of the Lord, doing the things in her life for the glory of God. Y'all, this is my power spot. This is where I get powered up in who I am. It gives me the energy, the tenacity, the love, just for life to be able to pour into the next woman. How many know that women thrive in supportive environments? So that's why I'm here, so that you can thrive in your brand, thrive in your home, thrive as a woman, thrive as a leader. And if you don't know that you are a leader, you are. You don't have to be on the platform and the stages that I usually help women to be on at conferences, but you are on platforms and stages in your life every single day. And it is important that you learn how to walk in confidence and also learn how to dominate in the area of your expertise. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be better than somebody else or downing or diminishing somebody else in their lane of brilliance. It just means that when you step into the room, you believe and you know the anointing follows me, that I am good, that I am great, and I am called to do exploits in this earth realm. So don't shrink. Don't diminish who you are, but walk in your God-given abilities. Use your gift, because your gifts make room for you. So let me make room on today to talk about this topic that I want to give to you so good, so quick, and to let you know, sis, bruh, a closed mouth don't get fed. Listen, a closed mouth don't get fed. So let me do this with some boldness, right? Let me do this unapologetically, even from my own hurdles and my own trials and maybe my own mistakes or my own places that I'm owning where I shrank, even in this area. Like, a closed mouth don't get fed. So let's have a little fun for just a moment. I want you to share with me, or just think about, what's your favorite movie or favorite movies? Because y'all, I have a favorite movie. No, I don't just have a favorite movie. I have favorite movies, okay? I was a movie head growing up. Ask my mom on the VHS tapes. Listen, I will pop that in and watch the same movie over and over and can replay it and tell you what it said. But I got two favorite movies. Okay. So type yours down in the comment section or leave me a message on Instagram at I am Sha'Meca Latai. Email me at executiveassistant@Women Who Lead Connect, or come and join me on Facebook and let me know that you listen to this podcast and share your favorite movie with me, but also share with me why it's your favorite movie. So right now, I'm going to take out something that I get from my 2 favorite movies, right? Based off of today's podcast, which is called A Closed Mouth Don't Get Fed. So my favorite, don't laugh at me, y'all. Don't laugh at me or be like, what? No, she did. And she be ministering the word of God and be encouraging people. But I believe there's a lesson, in everything. And I can see God in details in every area of my life. Okay. So one of my favorite movies is Dirty Dancing. Y'all know Dirty Dancing, right? With Patrick Swayze. And my other favorite movie of all time is Players Club. Sis, come on. I know you like Players Club. Yes, I love Dirty Dancing and I love Players Club. So I watched both of them like countless times. Now, what I love about Dirty Dancing is Babe, the character Babe, who was with Patrick Swayze. I can't think of what Patrick Swayze's name was in the movie, but Babe had someone that wasn't even her family member, but has someone like Patrick Swayze that believed in her. He believed in her aspirations, to dance. And this was kind of contrary of what her family wanted her to do. But he helped her to execute her aspiration or execute her dream, execute her desire. And it was a beautiful partnership. Like, we need people in our lives who can encourage us, who can let us see what we don't see, and who can push us to become who we need to become or who we need to be, for the sake of rhyming, right? So they can see who we need to be. And someone who will show up constantly in their dreams, in their desires, and make sure you show up too. Now, we know they had a little romance in there, but I'm focusing on the fact that he made her feel loved. Like, he made her feel powerful. He made her feel, despite the odds that were against her, but he made her feel like she had a place in the earth, right? A place in this club or summer resort that her family would go to. How many people do you have in your life? If you have one, that's amazing. But how many people in your life that you have that will help take you and launch you to the next level? I'm going to leave it at that. Now, my second favorite movie is Players Club. Now, listen, there was this line in Players Club, and I know Players Club was about stripping, right? I know it was about that, but there was some valuable lessons in Players Club. I love the drama that was in Players Club. I love the power that was in there. I love the fight that was in there. But I love this one line that sticks with me. If you could write it down or type it up and be like, sis, I knew you were going to say that line. I knew you were going to say that. But my favorite line, I believe Ronnie said it and not Lisa Ray. I can't think of Lisa Ray's name that was in the movie, but I believe it was Ronnie who was telling Lisa Ray, make the money. Don't let the money make you. Y'all, that line was powerful. Think about it. If you had somebody in your life who's schooling you, that's what I like. Despite all the other stuff that was going on in the movie, the stripping and all of that. But you have somebody in your life who's in the industry that you want to be in. And this reminds me of myself being in the speaker industry and want to excel, but not really knowing how to navigate this industry, right? So when you have someone in there that you can go to and you can ask questions and they give you advice that's going to have you accomplishing the goals that you need to accomplish. Y'all, when I heard that line, it never left me. I'm like, make the money, don't let it make you. Like, get in the industry, get in the spaces that you need to be in, but don't let it define you. You define it. So I like Players Club so much, y'all, from that line, because it was like it was one sister pouring into the next sister, giving her information so she learns how to navigate the industry that she's in. I'm just saying, we need people in our life like that, right? We need someone that we can ask questions to, someone where we can get mentorship, right? Someone that can partner with us so that we can achieve our goals. And we have to be in a position to ask questions, because if we don't, we won't get answers. A closed mouth don't get fed. Actually, a closed mouth keep you hungry, because how you have to eat unless you have a tube going through you eat through that mouth, right? So once you open your mouth, you ask them the question and they can feed you information that help you, right? That it helps you to excel and go to the next level. But when you don't ask the question, you stay, what I talked about from one of my last podcasts was you stay stuck, you stay stagnant. And you end up procrastinating in the things that you say that you want to excel in. Let's break some chains on today. I want to dive a little bit deeper into why I want to talk about a closed mouth don't get fed. Because many of us have dreams and we have goals and we have desires, and we see people doing things that we like to do, even when we want to do it a little differently. But we don't always feel like we could ask the question of how. How did you get here? The question of, I need help. Can you help me? And we don't do it because a lot of times we look like we got it all together. Like we know how to do the makeup, we know how to do the hair, and we might have a nice car. But just because we have a nice car don't mean that we're always paying the car note. And just because we have nice hair don't mean that we're always buying the hair. Sometimes we're just keeping the hair together. And we don't ask the questions because we don't want somebody to know that we're struggling. But how can I build something and I don't have the bricks to build with? How can I, rise from this place when I don't have what it is to rise? And sometimes we don't, because some people are stingy with information. They're stingy with resources. They want you to have it all together, but they're not willing to give you to get it all together. Selfish. We're in a selfish society, or sometimes a selfish industry, that people want you to get great and they sell you this greatness. But you can't get in the room because you can't afford to get in the room because you ain't got it. And they have nothing where you can come in and even try to grow. And I get it. I got to get mine. You got to get yours. We hear that a lot, and that has played in our communities for so long. The crabs in the bucket that tries to keep you down while they're trying to get up, and really nobody gets out. Nobody gets out. But the person who does get out is the person who don't keep their mouth closed and say, hey, me over here, I got the cute hair. I got great ideas, but I don't have the resources. I need help. I don't want to be broke. And I don't want to be broken. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Can you train me? Can I get into your program? Y'all, I'm giving you clues right now. I'm giving you something that you have to begin to do in your life if you want to go to the next level. No more struggling by yourself. No more being at the bottom trying to get to the top, but then you won't say anything and you keep your mouth closed because you don't want nobody to find out your brokenness. You don't want them to know that your pockets are empty even though your life looks fat. Come on, can I talk about it? Can I talk about it, sis? Can I do that on today? Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid. Let them talk about you. Some people, when you ask them questions and they look at you like you're crazy, there's the one they're letting you know right there, sis, I'm going to do more harm to you than good. So exit me out your life. At least you know who you need to trust, who you can trust, and who you can't. But you keep going and you keep moving until somebody asks a question because it's out there. The Bible tells us there's nothing new underneath the sun. So what you need is out there. But what we get afraid of is asking, can you help me? How can you help me? And learn to leverage your resources. Sometimes learn to say, sis, I ain't got the money. Sis, I don't know exactly how to do it, but how can I work with you? I have women who come to me, and I had a meeting just last week from a young lady who I mentored. And she's like, Dr. Sha'Meca, listen, I don't know how I'm going to get all this stuff done because I'm not a millionaire, but I know what I bring to the table. Can I sit at your table with you and can I eat? Can you help mentor me? But can I do this for you? And I'm like, yes. How could I just pass her by? How could I not pour into someone who's thirsty and hungry? Somebody who I know is a boss in her own right and who will show up. I need her just like she need me because I can't do it by myself. I cannot build a business and buy all my products and services. That's broke. I need people to buy the products and services. I need people to show up in the places. I need other people just like they need me. There's an answer in me and there's an answer in you. Now, I'm not saying you got to do everything for free, and I'm not saying that people got to do everything for you for free, but ask for a budget. If they're charging, say, hey, do you got a budget plan? Do you got a payment plan? Do you got something so I can be able to afford it? I know you're charging for, advice. I can't afford it but can you break this down into 10 payments? Can you break it down into 2 payments? Can I serve? Serving is a key. Learn to serve. Learn to serve. Learn when you want to get something from somebody, learn how to give. How can I serve you? One of the questions you can ask, what does your organization need? What does the company need? I know what I need from you, but can I fulfill a need? These are my skills. This is what I can bring to the table. Can something happen because I need something? People ask me for stuff all the time. They ask me for stuff all the time. And if I can be honest, there's places where I was afraid to even ask people because I'm just like, I knew that they wouldn't be able to handle that I needed help. But guess what? I'm going to have to ask them. I had to ask them. I'm going to ask them. I'm going to open up my mouth and make sure that I understand that God places answers not only in me, but for other people. And there's other people who are waiting for someone to ask them, can you help me? Sometimes people extend the help, and sometimes people are just waiting for somebody to walk in the door like, hey, you got something from me? There's so many grants out here that I hear about. There's so many things that I hear about that people are looking for someone to just make the phone call. Businesses are waiting for you to call. They're looking for the customer. They're looking for you to be a part of the program. How about that? Let's look at welfare. You ain't got no money. You need some money. Welfare is designed so that somebody can call. Now, you might not want to be locked in with the government or anything like that, but they're waiting to give the money to someone. They're created to be an answer, whether long-term or temporarily. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit and not get fed? Or are you going to open your mouth and figure out how you going to make it? Figure out how you going to grow. Figure out, hey, can you get an answer? Go online, Google stuff, look up women organizations, women developments, go to your SBA, your Small Business Administration, go to your commerce, go to the, your chambers, go to these places and say, hey, what do you have for me? This is what I have. Sometimes you got to show up and say, I'm broke. I got a lot of skills, but I don't know how to get started. Do y'all got some funding to help me? Because I want to build this, I want to do this, and I want to do that. Somebody just might take you underneath their wings, mainly because you got a desire and a heart to stay in the game and accomplish your goal. Don't be around here looking real cute, hair done, nails done, social media popping, and you really don't have nothing to show for it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to do it. And I felt it. And as an entrepreneur, sometimes I do feel it. Because I got to start from nothing sometimes and build up. But this year, y'all, we're on assignment. It's different this time. So I want to get some comments to come back in here and say, you know what, Dr. Sha'Meca? I started asking questions and I started really seeing what can be produced out of me. Put the big bet on yourself. Put the biggest dependability on God and watch what he'll do when you open your mouth. The Bible says, knock and it shall open, right? Ask and you shall receive. It's like the Lord has given us principle to getting the things that we want. You got to knock on some doors. You got to open your mouth and ask. And ask. A pretty face only goes so far. People will love you to be a model right by their side. But that ain't going to just grow the building. It's only going to last for so long. Y'all get it? I think I wrote down something. Don't just know that you are great, but also know that you are broke. Or don't have the resources to excel. So you get afraid to ask someone for help because they think you got it all together. And you don't want someone to know that you're struggling. Let them know you're struggling. I'm struggling, boo. I need your help. We all need help. I do a lot of stuff. And when I get a good idea, I try to execute it as quick as I can. But I couldn't have done the things that I've accomplished without someone else attaching their knowledge or their yes to my vision. I'm challenging you to stop having a closed mouth and open up your mouth so that you can start eating. Peace. Hey, it's me, Sha'Meca Latai. Thank you for joining me for the Building the Best You podcast, my power spot. Join me weekly to get powered up in your business or your home with various subjects, powerful guests, and actionable steps, all for the glory of God. Visit IamSha'MecaLatai.com and stay connected.